It's been a hot minute. Hello, my name's Will. You probably, if you're watching this, you already know my name, probably. I'm not sure, but it's been about a month since my last video, and that's really disappointing because I want to make videos. It's been on my mind this whole time. But there's just so little time these days. I want to prioritize this, but my life at the current moment makes it very hard to do so. But alas, I'm in a hotel for work today, and I've got a bit of free time, so I'm just gonna record. I didn't really have a set topic for this video, but I wanted to sort of think out loud about something that a question that was asked to me the other day, and I've been asking it to people because I also want to know what they think about it. It's an interesting question, and that question is, do you see life more as a riddle or as a puzzle? And I think this is an interesting question because it not only says a lot about the person and how they feel about life, it also speaks to how people think about the definitions of these words in general. So what did I answer to this question when I was asked it? I said life is more like a puzzle. And before I gave that answer, I gave a previous answer that I still agree with to some extent, and that answer is they're sort of the same thing. There is no real distinction between the two. But that comes down to how you think about the two words, puzzle and riddle. I was under the impression that a riddle was a puzzle of words, you know? And when I think of puzzle, usually I'm picturing a finite set of pieces that interact with each other to form a solution. And it's usually a single solution, but there can be multiple solutions. With a puzzle, or no, with a riddle, it's just a question, and it may not be possible to find the answer of that riddle without, maybe it is. Riddles are meant to be solved. Yeah, riddles are meant to be solved. Like, there's always a chance, I think, for it to be a riddle, there's always a chance for you to figure it out on your own. So it still is a problem to solve. I was thinking maybe some riddles don't have like, you need some other information in order to solve it, and that information is given to you when the other person gives you the answer, but that's more like a joke and a punchline. It's like a clever joke and a punchline, you know? So I don't think that falls under riddle. A riddle is something I believe that can be solved. Just thinking about it, if you think about it enough in a clever enough way. So with that being established, where else can we get from here? A riddle is sort of like a puzzle of words. Now, with that, what I was talking about with the puzzle is that there is a finite set of pieces, but with the riddle, you can use as many words as you want. They don't even need to be real words in the answer to this riddle. Typically they are, but the set of pieces that you're dealing with is a much larger set, you know? So it's sort of like an open-ended thing. I think that's the main distinction, that riddles are more open-ended than puzzles. Now that was my interpretation. I thought that puzzles, like I said, were, riddles, like I said, were puzzles of words. But not everybody thinks of it that way. Some people think of a jigsaw puzzle when they think of puzzle. Some people think of Rubik's Cube. Some people have different definitions for these words, and that would lead them to different conclusions, right? But the interesting thing about this question is that you can sort of, regardless of the definitions that they're used, that they use, you can sort of gauge how they feel about how much control that they have in their lives as a result of their answer to this question. For example, some people might say riddle because it's like some people might say riddle because they feel like there is no set answer, you know, and that the answer is supposed to be found, whereas a puzzle, the path to get there is already pretty rigidly defined. You just need to figure out how to put the pieces together in order to make it work. Now that goes back to what I was saying about riddles being more open-ended. A lot of people, I think, who choose riddle feel like the locus of control is less within themselves and more within, their environment or like a higher power or something. So in contrast to that, people who pick a puzzle as their answer, they more see life as a set of variables to alter, or things to interact with in order to find the right combination that works. Now with that mindset, you can clearly see that they're visualizing and they're seeing the components that they can touch and that they can interact with. So this is indicative of a perceived locus of control that is within their reach, you know? They don't care about the open-endedness of a riddle. They care about the pieces that they can touch and put together in a way that makes sense. So locus of control is a important part of this question that I was asked. What else did people say? Some people were very sure of their answers. Some people took a lot more time to think about it, and maybe the time it takes to come up with the solution also says something about the person. That's possible. Anyway, that's a question that I've been thinking about. If you have a different answer, or like thought about this differently to how I outlined it here, definitely leave a comment or something and tell me how you think about this problem. Because I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't think you're supposed to know what the answer is. You're supposed to just think about it. It's a thought experiment. What else is there to talk about, really? I wish I did more computer stuff. I wish I did more projects. I've had to take a step back from the projects that I've been working on and the videos that I want to do. that take a little bit more time to, a little bit more effort to put together. And that's just because, you know, work is busy. I also got friends and family. And at the end of the day, like, there's just so much stuff to do. It feels like, I know I'm not alone in this feeling, but there are not enough hours in the day to get what you want done, and that's a real struggle. But it's been good. I've been good. Been chilling. I got my sandwich here. I also got a bubbly. It's the orange flavor. And I'm here at this hotel to do some training in the city, so hopefully that goes well. I brought my guitar. It's in the car right now, so I might bring that out and play some guitar later. That's cool. I have been playing guitar most days. I still do that pretty regularly. But yeah, that's about all I want to say for this video. Sorry I'm not making videos as frequently as I have been, or had been. I want to get back to it. I do, and I'm thinking that I might be getting more free time in the next few weeks. And once that happens, I'll be posting one. So be on the lookout for that. Bye-bye.